Oh my, what is up, YouTube? It is me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Boss's Lounge. Look, we're gonna keep it real quick and real easy. We talking about Power Book Raising Kanan. Yes, we are talking about Raising Kanan. Listen, they done shot Marvin. If you ain't seen the show for tonight thus far, you might want to go on and get on off this live stream right now because this is a whole spoiler. I didn't get to see it last night. I seen it this morning, and I watched the replay when I got home and was eating dinner. They done shot Marvin. Listen, Marvin done got messed around there and him and Marco getting killed. Sal's son getting killed. So Sal done told Rob Marvin got to go. Eye for an eye, cheek for a cheek. That's how you keep the balance in things. Rock said it ain't no balance for her because his loss ain't her loss and she's sorry for his loss, but she ain't finna take no loss because of his loss. That's what she told him. Now, he wasn't feeling it. He told her she was mean and that she was flexing, trying to prove a point because she was a woman in a man's world. Rock said, I am flexing because I am me. This is who I am. I ain't got to prove a damn thing to none of y'all. Child. So that was the highlight for tonight. And they had to bring something to lift us up. What's going on, Boss Anthony? Oh my God. Oh my God. Anthony, that movie was so bum. Oh my God. That movie was good. I was so happy when at the end, and if y'all ain't seen that movie that I put on the community wall, you might want to dip on out because I'm finna tip. Spoil the movie. I'm finna spoil the movie. I was so proud when it ended up being the little boy to turn him in. I hate that it ended right there, but I guess that was a good place for it to end because the acting wasn't as great as I had hoped. But I mean, it was decent enough. But that was a really, you sure said it. That was a good ass. I was like, what? Baby, I was tuned in. I was tuned in, honey. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see that other one. The first one that you had told me, I can't wait to see that one. Now that one really got me hyped. I can't wait. Oh my God. Yeah, that was good. That was good. But yeah, so they done shot my okay, so Sal's son got killed and now Rock's brother done got shot. Now we know that Lou gonna pop somebody. We know next week Lou gonna pop somebody. We don't know who it is. We can only assume that it's gonna be, someone from Sal's crew, especially given what happened to Marvin. We know it's gonna be some blowback. It's gonna be some payback, some get back. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's gonna be some of that behind what happened to Marvin. And then, what happened with his daughter. I thought Marvin was very vulnerable tonight. I think they set Marvin up to be the emotional case for the show tonight. Right, but the storyline was great. Oh yeah, the storyline was on point. The storyline was on point. And listen, we're gonna trade gears for a minute, y'all. Y'all gonna have to hang with us for a minute. We're gonna come back to Power Book. What got me, Anthony, was when the dudes when his associate and his driver were asking him like, did you get any calls? How did you know where she was? And he was like, oh, I was, we share our location, so I always know where she at. I was thinking to myself then, I said, so you knew she had been tipping and dipping and you knew she wasn't really. But then again, after I thought about it, I was like, he was too busy at the time because he was just finding out that he had a snake in his camp. That was, oh my God, you guys, I put the movie on the community wall. I tagged Anthony. Did the tag come through? Because the tag seemed like it was messed up, like it didn't come through. But I put the movie on the community wall for you guys, and I tagged Anthony. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. You can see it free, no charge. It was really good. It had the brothers from Black Ink, Caesar's Black Ink, or something like that. I think it's out of, I want to say Chicago, but it might be New York. I think they show might be out of New York. But it had those two brothers in there, and he was looking mighty nice. Baby, when they was at the auction, and they went from like 3 or 4 thousand. So I think somebody said 10, and then all of a sudden I heard her say 50,000. Then the next time it was like 100,000. I'm like, wait a minute, is she just bidding, or is she bidding against somebody? Is she just upping the numbers to show him that she want to, she just want to get him that money, break him off? Like, what was the deal with that? That was crazy. I was like, go ahead, mama. Mama said, I'm writing a check for 100K. What it do? Oh, it's from Chicago Black Ink. Okay. Now wait, was Don's wife wasn't in the movie though, was she? She didn't play in the movie, did she? Or did she? Because I haven't seen Black Ink since they started out with, hell, I don't forget, was it Caesar? I don't forget now, when I had cable. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't think Don's wife, if I'm remembering, that was the girl Ashley or something that had them kids. But oh, she was in the movie? Well, what role did she play? Who was she in the movie, Anthony? I missed her. I didn't even pick up on her. I'm trying to think, she couldn't have been oh boy's wife. That was a different one, man. I missed her. The one he was sleeping around with is Ashley. I did? Huh. I missed it. But y'all gotta see it, child. That shit was good. And then when the attorney said, you gotta tell me the truth. You ain't gotta tell nobody else, but you gotta tell me. He said, I did it. I did it. And I was wondering, how did the little boy get that on the phone? Was that the phone they told him to stop using? Was it set up to record in there? I guess I missed that part on how the little boy got the, because I know he was going through the pictures on the phone, but he came across that video. I was like, wait a minute, how did he get that video? The one that got killed. That show was. Sh- Wait a minute, she done got real bright skinned, cause she was a red bone in the movie, but when they was on Black Ink, she was brown skinned. You mean the girl been bleaching? The girl been bleaching Anthony. He was on the steps recording when they was talking. Oh, that motherfucker said, I am her son and I know who did it. I have recorded evidence. I said, go ahead, son. Go ahead, Cameron. Because he said, why you name me Samuel? I want my name to be Cameron. Well, I'm going to start calling myself Cameron right now. I said, okay, Cameron, go ahead, baby. Snitch on your daddy. That show was her. Now that you, because I kept trying to say, well, who was she in the movie? Show was, she was old boy wife, the one that got killed. Ooh, she must be bleaching her skin. Cause honey, when I seen her on Black Ink, she was just, chocolate woman. That was it. But in this movie, she was a red bone. That's why I didn't recognize. I knew her face looked familiar, but I just couldn't put two and two together. That's why. She was yellow. Oh my goodness. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all gotta see it. Y'all gotta see it. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. And Anthony always comes up on good movies. He always does. Every movie so far he done turned me on to, that shit been banging. Trust me, no cap. No cap. I'm not just saying this. We have been watching movies for years. We used to watch it in the Boss Cave on a regular basis. But we have been watching movies for years. It was a really good movie. But let's get back to Raising Kanan, because, honey, I'm outdone. They had Marvin. Marvin, I think, was the simp case for tonight's show because it showed his vulnerability in so many ways, like with his daughter, with the whole situation with Sal's son getting killed, and he was scared to be the one to have to tell Rock what it was about and who it was, and it just showed his vulnerable side. And I was glad that him and his daughter were getting on back on the right track. Right, I remember her face and butt. You better cut it out. I bet you do remember her butt. Uh-huh. So, yeah. Hmm. Baby. So now we gotta wait and find out next week. Did Marvin die? Okay. And then we also gotta figure out, you know, is Rock gonna go looking for Kanan at Fane's house? I'm wondering now, is Fame gonna end up being a casualty because of Kanan and the situation with his mom and his uncle? Tonight was a good show. You can tell we're halfway to the end because tonight's show, thus far from the episodes in this season, tonight's show was kind of like the peak, the highlight of the season. So the season is about to come to an end. Um, Rock is mad pressed about flexing and showing Jersey that their presence is there. They want to be seen, felt. Um, Sal know that he stands a chance of having a war with Rock. Rock is down for it. But she is gonna have a lot of issues because her son is at the point where he's finding out that the man she's called his dad all his life really ain't his daddy. So that's gonna be a problem. I almost feel like at some point he's gonna tell his dad like what happened with his mom, what's going on with his mom, and then he know who his new daddy is. I feel like his penitentiary dad is gonna create some trouble for Rock in the field. Now, Kanan's the police officer, the man that's supposed to be Kanan real daddy, his partner, the Latina woman, I believe she gonna mess around and end up being a casualty of war as well. Cause she know now that she in the hot seat. She know why she in the hot seat. I just don't think she know how to get out of the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I want to say something. I want to say something too, real quick. Because I saw a YouTuber that was saying how miserable Tasha was and how Tasha was so deeply affected by what's going on with her and Cardi B. Tasha ain't miserable like you think. You have to be careful how you label people, other people, because a lot of time you be projecting a label that's already applied to yourself. You be self projecting on the other people. Tasha knew she was gonna have to do when she decided to get into that lawsuit with that girl. Tasha has planned this out. Tasha has thought this out. Y'all really ought to quit. Like, I believe she enjoys the fact that she's getting the type of attention that she's getting in Africa. I think it's a plus for her because it's her brother's native, her husband's native homeland. I think she's okay with going back and forth. She's letting her kids stay in the States, and not have access to Africa, which is a little weird to me. But listen, that go to tell you how serious it is if she's already sacrificed her kids' stability. She not flying her kids back and forth to Africa. Her kids are here in the States and going to school, going to private school. So Tasha is really sacrificing a lot while people think she's miserable. She's not. Because if she had really been miserable, then she would have packed up all them kids, grandmas, great grand, cat, dog, and the guinea pig and took them on over to West Africa with her. But she's not. She's going back and forth. And I'll tell you something else. This particular movement that she's doing, this transition that she's doing, trying to dance and hip hop away from old girl getting that 4 million that she ain't got, I believe this has motivated Tasha and inspired Tasha to not only keep going, but keep going as strong as she's always been going. Stand fast, stand 10 toes down in what she believes and what she's doing. She's very considerate of her audience, especially given the fact that her audience is helping her to, make the money that she's accustomed to making. And if you really think about it, I think that one of the reasons that she, started really focusing on her website as much as, focusing more on her website than she is YouTube, because deep down in my spirit, I really believe that there is a chance that they may mess around and grab hold of some of their YouTube money. And I believe that Tasha do not want all of her eggs in that same basket at the same time. I think Tasha trying to get her money away from touchable hands. That's just my belief on it, and I could be wrong. But getting back to the movie. Now, when Don was sleeping with the man's wife, like the first night she went to the show to see him, she was giving him some in the car. And I was like, so her husband must not be romantic with her anymore, or he must not be a rough rider or whatever with her anymore, because, if she said she loved her life and everything she got, it was so easy for her to get involved with Don. It really was. She had everything she could have imagined. She said the sex wasn't really all of that. And it didn't show her and Don in a compromising situation, or an intimate situation where you could see that he was doing something to her that her husband wasn't doing to her. I don't know. When she left her wedding ring, I knew then. When she ran out of there and left her wedding rings, I knew then. I said, she already sprung on him. And she just getting started to have sex with him. It was crazy. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, Lord. Well, I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all, I think next week is going to be a mess on Power Book. Um, it's a lot of questions going to be surrounded around Marvin and his situation. And here's the deal. If they shot him but did not finish the job, if you will, then that means it's going to be some retribution, some retaliation, some consequences, and a whole bunch of other things. And at some point, I believe Kanan going to get hemmed up. He going to get, because he's such a hard-headed, bad little bastard. He want to be grown so bad. He want to be in the game so hard, so desperate, that he is just rock dumb. That's the only name I can give Kanan. It's rock dumb. That's it. So I went to try to go get my phone fixed. I discovered a lot of things with my phone. Needless to say, they done put me in a new phone. Dang it, I tell you. I paid 3/4 of it, because not 3/4. I paid almost half of it, because I ended up getting a lot of accessories. I didn't want all of that on no payment plan, honey. T-Mobile ain't gonna get all the interest up out of me. Oh no, ma'am. Oh no, ma'am. But yeah, they got me into a new phone, so I'm definitely gonna be messing with it and playing with it tonight. So listen, I just wanted to come on here and make sure my feelings was heard and known about the show tonight. It was a good show. I think it was the peak of the season, and I think the show this season is slowly coming to an end. Yeah, so I'm gonna run around on the YouTube streets real quick, see what's popping tonight. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to all my bosses, all my motherfucking bosses, all my cave dwellers, my street runners, my moderators, my subscribers, supporters, and allies. Y'all have an amazing night tonight and a wonderful morning tomorrow, and I'll see y'all later.